Good morning, students. Okay, so today we are going to start our new subtopic, that is classification of salts. In this subtopic, we will cover topics that is preparation of salt, classification of salt, and uses of salt. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so preparation of a salt. A salt formed by the neutralization of an acid with a base. This two term is important, acid and base reaction, okay, which gives the salt, right? Again, I am repeating the definition. A salt formed by the neutralization of an acid with a base is called salt. The reaction between an acid and a base, okay, the reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization. So what is neutralization? Neutralization is the reaction of an acid and base to form a salt and a byproduct, that is water. What is the product of this reaction? That is salt and water produced in this process. Okay, so a substance formed by the neutralization of an acid with a base is called a salt, and the reaction between an acid and a base is known as neutralization, and the salt and water produced in this process. Okay, so general formula, see, acid base when react, it gives salt and water. Right? And also when this reaction is this when this the reaction between an acid and base, right, which is known as neutralization, okay, the salt and the water are produced in this process with the evolution of heat. So in this reaction the heat is evolved, okay, so evolved heat is also known as heat of neutralization. Okay, so the general formula we will see first. What is exactly the reaction of this uh, process, that is neutralization? So acid when react with base, it gives salt and water. Okay, so with an example we will see. Okay, example, HCl. What is HCl? That is acid. NaOH. What is NaOH? That is base. It will give NaCl. What is NaCl? That is salt. And H2O is the water, right? So acid, base, salt, water. So it is fulfill this formula, correct? Next example, H2SO4 is acid, NaOH is base. When again acid and base is reacting, what happen? The salt is forming, that is Na2SO4 plus water, right? Next, HNO3 and KOH. Again acid, base react, it forms salt, that is KNO3 and water, right? So we have gone through the examples. Okay, these are the examples for the neutralization, right? So when HCl react with NaOH, we are getting salt, that is sodium chloride, right? Then when sulfuric acid react with sodium hydroxide, we are getting salt, that is sodium sulfate and water. And when nitric acid is react with potassium hydroxide, it gives the salt, that is potassium nitrate and water, right? So these are the examples of a neutralization reaction. This formula is important. You have to keep in mind, whenever the acid and bases react, it forms salt plus water. Okay, now we will see this neutralization reaction or a process in everyday life. So see, in we will see and we will discuss in everyday life where it's going on. Okay, so first example is indigestion. People, particularly of old age, suffer from acidity problems. This problem you know, right? Which is in the stomach, which is caused by mainly due to the release of, that is excessive release, okay, that is gastric juice. And gastric juice is what contain that acid is HCl, right? This contain, right, gastric juice. So due to the excess release of HCl, what happened, the stomach getting acidity, okay, in that acidity is going on. What happened now, we have to relieve if from this acidity, we have to neutralize this acid. And you know how to neutralize this acidity. This acid will neutralize with the base, right? Acid can neutralize with the base. So that's why the acidity is neutralized by antacid tablets. Antacid tablets which contain base like sodium hydrogen carbonate, magnesium hydroxide. These are the bases contain this tablet. When we are taking this tablet, what happened, the acids are neutralized and we are getting relief from acidity. So this is what, again acid plus base, right? This is a reaction is going on, right? Base is neutralized to acid, right? So this is one type of neutralization process. Next is ant bite. So here two term is there, bees and wasps. These two are different. These two are different. So see the image. This is bee, this is wasp. Okay, both are different, bees and wasp. Okay, now ant bite, right? So stings of bees and ants. When bees and ants they bite, ants are bite and bees are stings. Okay, that is stings of bees and ants contain formic acid. What contain formic acid? So in their stings and in the bites of ants, what they are releasing the formic acid in the to our skins, right? If it is biting, okay, so it is, there is a release of formic acid. So to neutralize the acid, what we have to do, so to relieve from this pain, and it is a burning, a little bit burning sensation we are feeling. So what happened, the soap is rubbing, okay, where this sting is there, or and bite is there, the soap is we can rub the soap. Why soap? Because soap contain NaOH, okay, which is base, so it will neutralize the acid. Which acid? That is formic acid. So it's, now, the stings of bees and ants contain formic acid. Its corrosive and poisonous effect can be neutralized by rubbing soap which contain NaOH, or by rubbing baking soda, that is NaHCO3, or by calamine solution, that is ZnCO3. The stings of wasps, okay, so now the stings of wasps contain an alkali and it's poisonous. I have told you we cannot use the remedy things of sting of bees to the wasp. Why? Because whatever the release acid, whatever the releasing things are there, bees and ants, they are releasing formic acid, but wasps, it release alkali, that is base, right? So for this we cannot use this solution. Now base is there, we have to use acid, right? To neutralize the base we have to use acid. So acetic acid is there, generally found in vinegar, So we can use the vinegar to overcome from this poisonous. So have you understand now? Sting of bees and ants, they contain acid, but the wasps, they contain base. Okay, that's why when they are biting or stings of bees or wasps is there, then the solution of overcome to this problem is also different. When the bees and ants are releasing formic acid, we are using base because in their release the acid is there, right? And the wasp, when wasps is the stings of wax contain the base. That's why we are using acetic acid to neutralize the base. So got it now? Okay, so this is one type of neutralization reaction only, because always we are reacting, we are adding always the acid is reacting with a base, right? if you want to if you want to neutralize acid, we have to use base, right? If you want to neutralize base, we have to add acid, right? So both is nothing but reaction only, that is neutralization reaction. Okay, okay, next is soil treatment. Okay, farmers generally neutralize the effect of acidity in the soil. Now, how the soil is get acidic in nature? Due to cause of acidic rain. You know about acidic rain, right? Due to cause of acidic, sorry, due to cause of acid rain. Okay. Now, this due to this acid rain, what happened? The soil get the acid in nature. So again the soil is getting which nature? That acid in nature, right? So to neutralize the acid, what we will use? That is base, right? So farmers generally neutralize the effect of acidity in the soil caused by acid rain by adding slaked lime. By adding slaked lime. Now, what is slaked lime? Slaked lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. Hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. And calcium hydroxide is what? That is base. So, again, it is a neutralization reaction. Okay. Next, factories waste. Generally, the waste of many factories contain acids. If they are allowed to flow into the water bodies, the acid will kill fish or other organism which is present in the water, which is not good, right? So what they're doing, the factory waste are therefore neutralized by adding. Now, to neutralize this, what we have to add? The base. So they are neutralizing this with a basic substance, and then they are releasing the waste, okay, to the water bodies. So these are the neutralization reactions or a process which we can observe in daily life. What are that? Indigestion, ant bites, or stings of bees, or stings of wasps, or soil treatment, or factories waste. Okay, so these are the we have today discussed about the preparation of salt, and we have gone through the explanation about neutralization reaction, and the few examples also we have seen in day-to-day life where the neutralization processes occur, right? Okay, the next part we will see in our next class.